Can you pull up SSM.can 50293? So we'll leave Ontario now and move to Alberta. So the next on the list here, February 11th, Premier Kenney communicated with Minister LeBlanc to express concerns that the provinces have been left with the enforcement challenge and that there has been no response to the request for the CAF, that's the Canadian Armed Forces, to help with tow trucks. And in our interview, you clarified that that message was conveyed by text. And Mr. Clerk, now if you can pull up pb.can 401868. Not particularly legible, but Minister LeBlanc, maybe you can confirm that this is the text exchange to which you were referring. Scroll down one page, please, Mr. Clerk. There we go. So this one reads, this is from you it's a chat with Minister Alghabra and Minister Mendicino. And so you're reporting, I got these two messages from Jason Kenney last night. Your guy has really screwed the pooch. This technical term, this trucker vax policy is obviously just dumb political theater. Calling them all Nazis hasn't exactly helped. And now the provinces are holding the bag on enforcement. I can't get any heavy equipment from private vendors to move these freaking trucks off the border because the crazies are making death threats. And you guys turned down our request for army equipment to help us because apparently the government of, scroll down please, Canada doesn't really care about the international border being closed. Pensive emoji. But don't worry, the RCMP commander in Alberta just told me proudly that he's secured some psychologists to do a profile assessment on the protesters. I said, that's great news, Deputy Commissioner. Do any of them know how to drive a tow truck? Jay. To which Minister Alghabra replies, speaking of bonkers, and you reply, totally. So is that the text exchange that's reported in the summary of engagements?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So we're just going to pick apart and understand if this is the second time this text has arisen today. So I just want to pick apart a few statements made there. First of all, when he says your guy has really screwed the pooch, is he referring to the Prime Minister or who's that a reference to?
I didn't ask him. I didn't reply and ask him exactly which guy he was referring to. So I don't think I could speak for Premier Kenney when he sent that message.
Okay. What was your reaction broadly to these texts?
I had developed as a member of Parliament a cordial and rather amicable relationship with Premier Kenney. We had kept in touch on a whole range of issues, so we had a sort of an ongoing conversation on a whole bunch of issues. When I was in Alberta, I would see him from time to time. I knew, and I think we saw Mr. Mendicino talk about that today, that the government of Alberta had considerable concerns around the ability to get tow trucks with respect to the blockage at the border crossing in Coutts, Alberta. And I knew, again, from probably Bill Blair or Marco at incident response group meetings, that the government of Alberta was seeking potentially some military assets to help heavy military tow trucks to move some of these trucks from the border blockage in Coutts. So this text message was the Premier emphatically expressing his frustration, which I think he had shared with other colleagues, including Marco Mendicino.
Okay.